Alright guys, this video you're about to watch, Biafrans, will really, make you to understand so many things going on right now in this issue of Biafra struggle and all that. I want you to watch the video. I will leave you to watch the video. But before then, guys, this is Prospect Channels TV. Welcome back to Prospect Channels TV. Thank you for stopping by. And I still want to use this opportunity to say that we are not here to bring misleading information or to incite war or to create problem or whatever. No, this is disclaimer to all that. Okay, we are not here to create problems, but what we are here doing is to make people understand information. You understand? That is what we do here. So guys, let me leave you for you to watch this video. Okay, we'll come back for more analysis. Thank you.
Today is bringing Sharia law into the country, introducing Sharia law into states, and you are there. You think Biafra is your problem. You are from Ududua, you are from Middle, but you think Biafra is your problem. Sorry, very, very sorry. It will be too late before you realize where you are. For us Biafrans, we are gone. Biafra has been declared on the 29th of November, and there's no going back. The process of recognition is ongoing. It doesn't matter how long it takes. We are already gone, and we are much more prepared than any other region. I want you to listen to this.
One of us quoted from this constitution and went ahead to make prescription for how to move forward. I dare to tell this nation today that this is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items. 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently, that you know that the intention is to even undermine those concurrent lists.
Now you heard it. When we come on social media to talk, some of you feel that we're making words up. The person that is speaking there is a senator in the House of Senate making that comment. Has anything changed since then? Nothing has changed. It's been years he said that. Instead, it is getting worse. Instead of thinking of the way to make things right, they are making it get worse. Today, what you are hearing in their debate is establishing Sharia law across the whole country. And they are going ahead to do it without mind. They don't care what you think or how you feel. And some of you are still sitting there thinking that your brother is your problem. It is sad. But I bet you we have gone too far. Just like Mazin Nandekano said, we have crossed the Rubicon. Our student Mazin Nandekano was the person that did a very great job. The evangelism he made was massive. Through his evangelism, many people woke up. Many of us came online and we began to speak. Many of us were educated. The Biafrans began to demand for their rights openly. Ududua began to demand for their rights openly. The Middle Belt began to demand for their rights openly. The Hausas began to demand for their rights openly. To an extent, even the Middle Belt came out to apologize to Biafrans for the crime they committed against us during the Civil War. The Middle Belt, they came out and they apologized. Some of you have forgotten. In that same country, Middle Belt came out and they apologized to Biafra on the role they played during the genocide, how they supported the Fulani Janjaweed and the British to take the life of innocent Biafrans, Biafran children. They apologized because a curse was laid on them that whoever participated in those atrocities against the Biafrans, you are going to receive it back in 100-fold. In whichever way you participated in that genocide against the Biafran people, your own region will face double, triple, 10 times what the Biafran people have faced. And you saw what was happening in the Middle Belt. You see the way the Fulani Janjaweed are ravaging the Middle Belt. You see how blood is flowing in the Middle Belt. It got to a time the Middle Belt had to come out and apologize to the Biafran people. And for those of you who didn't know that that apology was given, I'm going to play the video to take your mind back to that. For you to know that the process of exit from Nigeria did not start today. The process of this exit started all the way. Mazen Nani can build a very solid foundation. And it became clear that the only solution is disintegration. To your tent, O Israel. Everybody to his own tent. If you are from Arewa, go to your Arewa. If you are from Oduduwa, go to Duala. If you are a Biafra, focus on Biafra. Every region will grow in their own space at their own speed and then have a healthy competition. So many other countries have done it and they succeeded. Pakistan did it with Bangladesh and India. They succeeded. Today they are doing very well. Malaysia and Singapore, excellently well. They are all living at peace and doing things excellently. You go to Europe, so many countries split along tribal lines, along their beliefs, and they are progressing. Why is it a crime for Nigeria to take the same step to allow people to strive and have development? Why is it a different issue in Africa? Every day, all you hear is the most populated African country, Nigeria. Is that a title? Is there anything to gain in that? The most populated African country, Nigeria. Is that a badge of honor? Of course not. The most populated African country that cannot feed itself. They cannot produce enough food for themselves, even though they have that population. They cannot provide security for themselves with that large population. There is no proper governance in that population. So why are you still holding on to the most populated African country? What do you stand to gain in that? Nothing. All you see is chaos, loss of life, attack from east, west, north, and south, terrorism. And yet people are folding their hands. That is why the Biafran people have taken the bull by the horn. And today they are walking away. Through the foundation led by Mazen Nanik. And I bet you, whichever region you come from, you must have learned from your mistake. Some of us have learned in a very hard way. The Middle Belt learned in a very hard way. And they are still learning. Today, they apologized. And I'm going to play the video of the apology of the Middle Belt so that we can go along with that.
To appeal to the Igbo nation that the Middle Belt people are not your enemies anymore. It's our appeal. And in this regard, we also want the Indigo worldwide to also take the Middle Belters as their friends and permanent brothers and sisters forever.
It's a privilege to be amidst you today, and I count it a great one. My name is Barrister Seth Manset. I am a proud individual of the Middle Belt. It's a region that Nigeria must adopt, understand, and operate as safe. We are happy to be here. I'm here to give a vote of thanks, and I want to be very brief. And in our vote of thanks, we must appreciate your hospitality. We've been here since Friday, and Chief have not relent, and ensuring that we are okay, that we are good. Unfortunately, he did not give us the map of Imo State, but we also want to apologize for one thing. My leader didn't even speak. We are sorry for discovering the agenda this late. We are sorry on behalf of our leader for understanding that we have been deceived over time. We are sorry that as youths and members of the family, we are just coming up today boldly, strongly, to tell you this is the end of it. We are sorry that the moles in the system of Middle Belt have at least done us a favor of leaving the Middle Belt. They are now in Zaria. We are sorry to say boldly that as youth we are willing this time, without dragging of feet, to do the right thing and associate. It's a lie to say it's not even a religious puzzle. When people are killed in their churches, when people are made in their various groups, and leaders. Okay, let's try to be minimal on the issue. We are just sorry that it happened right from 1960, the way it happened. But we are here to kindly apologize and kindly plead for your support this time. We are neighbors. The Niger are joining us. Whatever the map, you cannot remap it. We are brothers. And if we have over 300 ethnic nationalities, it therefore means that we have a reason for our confusion. But we refuse to be confused any longer. We refuse to be confused any longer. This time is for good. We are out for good. And we are treating at the level of a generation that is concerned about what will happen tomorrow, not the one that have a political interest. They can drag our leaders to whatever length, but today we are here before you to say one thing, that we are in for good. Liberation and freedom of Christians, liberation and freedom of our region, liberation and freedom from the North. We are the target of the North. I can say it categorically, without any reservation. We are not going home with anything. We are here to unveil it. We have been the victims, but enough is enough. Unfortunately, we don't have a president. The only person we have is the one who is silent enough to say nothing. But we are glad that we are here today, and we are here for good. What we are fighting for is not for our immediate consumption, but for the future. We are sensitive to a generation that thinks and hopes that his children will live. And like my friend will say, we are happy to consummate, release, romance, forgive our leaders. They've done what they have done, and thank God they have left the area for us. They've left the area for us to account for decisions they have made before. But we are out to be sure that this never happens again. Today we are seeing the delegation of youth is intentional. As they keep doing politics, we have clearly ethnic nationality intact. We have clearly the records of everybody, and today is not a hidden agenda, and it will never stop. We are out. They must follow suit, whether they like it or not. And I'm happy to be here, and I thank God for Chief and my leader as well. So I assure you that we are not dragging feet on this issue. We are out for good to see the liberation and the freedom of not just Biafra, but the Middle Belt as well.
You have watched this. I hope you saw this video and you understand what it was all about. What you saw is the youth of the Middle Belt apologizing to Igbo nation on the role they played during the Civil War and the genocide that was committed by their fathers. They accept responsibility and they apologize. And you hear the speaker say that they have been deceived and today they are the target of the North. The Fulani Janjaweed, their target is the Middle Belt. They have forced them into becoming North, whether they like it or not. And their elders, who are supposed to speak for them, just like we have in the Southeast, are doing nothing. The same problem we are facing in the Southeast today, where only the youths are taking charge of the restoration of Biafra on their own. Where the elites and the elders are still dining and whining with the enemy. The elders and the elites are still whining and dining with the British. Even when their children have spoken in large number, more than 50 million people came out and said, enough is enough, we are going home. Still, those who call themselves politicians, elites, ignore it and pretend they are not hearing it. They pretend it's not happening. But are we going to stop because of them? We will not stop. Nothing on the planet Earth will make us stop asking for our freedom. Instead of us to stop, we are going to increase it. This is not 1967 when we fought for 3 years and we ran away. Our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa have already said it, that if it will take us 20 or more to fight, we will be there until Biafra is fully restored. And Mazi Nandekano said, if he needs the head of every Biafran for us to have Biafra, whoever succeeds will now run Biafra, so be it. That is how serious we are. This is not 1967, and will never be. Today, all the games they are playing is that same divide and rule that the British have taught them. Nigeria doesn't have any sophisticated system of fighting against people or implementing. It's just that one system, that same one system. That is what they are doing. Today, you can see how they have penetrated into the restoration of Biafra. Under Mazi Simon Ekpa, with all the strength, with all the wisdom, knowledge that he has, with all the barriers he built, still they were able to penetrate. Today, you see people cropping up from all angles and they are fighting against something they claim to stand for. The Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, fought a very great battle. And while he was here, we saw people who worked with him. One of the closest allies to Mazi Simon Ekpa that was with him all the time, that knows much than any other person, is Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, the COS, who is today the Deputy Prime Minister. She works closely with him. Many information is on her table. But he saw what the enemy did. When they penetrated, they tried to take her away. They couldn't take her away. Then they passed through their international whatever to put pressure on Finland to remove our Prime Minister from the way. And remember, our Prime Minister used to tell us that he is not the one, that they want to remove him to get us. If you remember, Mazi Simon Ekpa have always said that he is not the target, that the target is you and I. The target is you and I. But before they can get to you or get to me, they must first of all remove him. And that is what they did. When they removed our Prime Minister from the road, it seems as if the shelf that we used to cover us was broken. And they were able to establish that distraction, that divide and rule came in. But it is good also, because We are trying to build a nation that is going to be sane and pure. A nation where people will be equal and treated equal. And there's no way we can have such a nation under the system of the Zoological Republic. Today, when they try to come in to penetrate and cause that division, they created a cabal. Even in the presence of Master Simon Ekpa, cabal was created. He managed it and managed it until the time came. And the transfer of leadership was made to Dr. Ngozi Orebeze, pronounced and announced as the surrogate of our Prime Minister. She took up that challenge and began to step on the toes that men are scared of stepping on. I bet you some of the decisions that Dr. Ngozi Orebeze is taking today, it will take a courageous man to take such decisions. It will take a courageous man to take such decisions. But when you see her, the way she's taking action and decisions on issue without wasting time, once you mess up, you're gone, without looking at anybody's face. Wherever you are today, we must stand up and stand strong. Do not allow anybody to deceive you or distract you. Do not allow any enemy, any janjaweed from anywhere to tell you anything. The battle has been won. The battle has been won. And that is why you see the way they are putting their hand right, left, and center, even places that they are not supposed to put their hands. Everything you see today against the United States of Biafra is just a propaganda blackmail. They keep on pushing their propaganda and blackmail. And at the end of the day, every single propaganda they bring will turn back against them. Every blackmail they bring will turn against them. Go and check. For everyone they bring, at the end of the day, it turns against them. Because Chukwu said that all things work for good to them that love Chukwu, to them that are called according to his purpose. I have no doubt that Dr. Ngozi Orebeze is called. No doubt whatsoever that she was called. And that is why she's able to endure up to this time. Those who are not called, they fall away. Just like before. During the time of Master Nnamdi Kanu, do you know how many people that came up to support him? But because they were not called, they couldn't handle the pressure of the propaganda and blackmail, and they fell away. But when Master Samuel came, because he has the anointing and the call, propaganda and blackmail could not remove him. Instead, they made him more stronger and more popular. Today, again, it is happening. Under Dr. Ngozi Orebeze, they are bringing propaganda and blackmail to make her run away. But instead of that propaganda making her soft, it makes her more stronger. It makes her more popular. It makes her more acceptable to Biafrans. Every single blackmail they have dropped against her has turned out to be good, to her own good. Every single argument they brought turned out to her own good. But it is sad that everyone that is pushing all these lies against an innocent woman, they will never go scot-free. They will never ever go scot-free. It doesn't matter how long it lasts. It doesn't matter how long it lasts. You are going to face the consequence of your action. Whatever you are doing against the Biafrans today, you are going to pay. And you're going to pay in a very, very hard way. You will pay in a very hard way. Everyone that is watching this program, wherever you are watching, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Abiyama, never to get distracted. The war is not yet over. In Biafran territory today, the threat is still there. We must be very careful what we do, where we go, and how we go about things. Because the tough days is coming. More tough days are coming. But it's not going to be for too long. All you have to do is to continue to pay attention and keep your ears open to the sound of the trumpet. Keep your ears open and obey every certain instruction. If you obey every instruction, I bet you your problem will be half solved. There are a lot of issues out there, and we know the challenges we are facing. Every one of us know the challenges, but we cannot run away from challenges. No, we will not. Our challenges is supposed to make us stronger and better, not the other way around. My fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you. Don't forget where you are coming from, and do not forget where you are going. We must not allow ourselves to fall prey for the enemies. We must not allow ourselves to fall into the hands of the wicked ones. Chukwu Okike has given us life in abundance, and we must enjoy it. Wherever you are watching this program as a Biafran, I urge you to like and share this program. It is very important. Don't keep it to yourself. Like and share, because information is power. There are so many people that are looking for this information we are decimating here. You never can tell. You must continue to like and share so that others will also learn. We are already in the 2025 that we've been waiting for a long time. And you must not give up. Your brother is not your enemy. Even though we know there are so many of them that are making themselves enemies. But we know the true enemies we are facing. And we cannot be distracted with anybody. We know the true enemies. We can't be distracted. And that's why we have to do what we have to do. There are a lot of informations out there that you must be able to look into and realize that Nigeria is not for you. The secret plan and agenda of Nigeria didn't start today. They destroyed our personality, our image, called us names to make sure that we are not found anywhere. And they continue to push that lie till today. They use their media to push propaganda against you. If not for the grace of Chukwu Okike, I don't know what would have been our face, but Chukwu Okike was able to pin up everything, and today here are we. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of us. Let us listen to this video.
Email na anything that is difficult. Two, the Amainebo Kalabare, who supported Biafra as a special advisor to Ojukwu from 1967 to 1970, was sent on exile by Detespif. He died in 1973.
Did you hear that? Special advisor to Ojukwu. He wasn't an Igbo man. He wasn't an Igbo man from Calabar. So when we are talking about Biafra and we'll let people know they should not limit it to Igbos, you will now understand. Everybody in the whole Southeastern region, we are one family. Regardless the differences we have or the misunderstanding, we are one family and we must remain as that. And we must also get our freedom as that. After we get our freedom, then every family can be on their own.
Who supported Biafra as a special advisor to Ojukwu from 1967 to 1970, was sent on exile by Detespif. He died in 1973. His remains were buried at Ikoyi Cemetery. For supporting Biafra, they've not returned it today. It's important. The biggest abandoned property in Rivers State, our property only Igbo, all property only Ijo. Nga enwere the Port Harcourt Polytechnic now, and akpo Elechi Amadi Polytechnic, wo property Franco Pigo. His private secondary school called Niger Grammar School, he built it. He was the administrator for Yenagoa province. After the war, they seized it from him as abandoned property. I have spoken a lot about Nhemere. The target was not Ndona Shibu. It was to completely destroy the unity of the East. Ndonile na ano namba mmiri bunye anishi ha wo ndi Igbo. Asari Dokobo is my personal friend. Man ya no na detention. Asari Dokobo wo nya abam. Aha nna ya we di abale. Aha Asari wo uzo de mma. Mashahari wo nya.
Sometimes when I hear that Asari Dokobo is an Igbo man, I laugh. When I hear that Asari Dokobo is an Igbo man, you don't have to doubt it. With his level of treachery, with his level of betrayal, with his level of sabotage, only an Igbo man can go to that extent. Only an Igbo man can go to that an extent to sabotage his own, just to prove a point. Just to prove a point. The kind of sabotage that is coming from that man in the creek, only an Igbo man can go to that extent to sabotage. That is why when I hear that he's an Igbo man, I laugh. I say no wonder. And there is no doubt he is.
The reason why people are suffering is because there is no truth. People believe in lies. And when you're lying, you're doing so brazenly. Radio Biafra will drive away all these demons. If you're in IPOB and you're used to lying, you're in IPOB, you don't know what you're in Atwasi, your days are numbered. I hate liars. I can't stand them.
Let us continue to listen to this.
Ahia we beneme. Bricks wo kolie. Alabo Douglas wo koma. And David West wo swago. They are all Igbos. It was the war and the way the war ended. They were bound to deny their Igbo-ness because it was the only thing to be alive.
This reminds me about one of the Nollywood actress, Stella Damasus. Stella Damasus, also her family changed their name. The original surname of Stella Damasus is Ojukwu. Their real name is Ojukwu. And you can imagine, they changed the Ojukwu to Damasus. And today she's answering Stella Damasus instead of Stella Ojukwu. Because of the Civil War. The same thing with many of them in that riverine area, in the coastal region. These are all Igbo people, and they changed their name because of the Civil War. For you to belong, you must change your name. They didn't stop in changing their name. For you to belong, you must hate the Igbos. You must hate your brother. You must hate your sister. For you to succeed, you must hate your brothers. And many of them bought into it. And that is why you are seeing the hatred you are seeing today, inside and outside. But I bet you we have come to the crossroad. And when we exit the zoo, all this will be history.
So, we must be careful. We must do a detailed work. We can use the tragedy of the war and how it ended and what happened after to even unite as brothers with us. Margaret Ekpa, Unonyi Igbo onye Amobia. The father left Amobia in 1902 to live in Calabar. Papa Margaret. that later married Dr. Ekpa. We must carry out a detailed research about the Bendigo. As from the Ikwere, like Ndanyoma, we have come out of fear. That fear has ended. The reason is that when you deprive you political power, you pay dearly for it.
Now you see the source of the problems and all that. All these videos are very important because the more you listen to them, you know the origin of a problem and what to do. Sometimes when we bring some argument and we say certain things, people will think we are making it up. These things are facts. There are facts to back them up. There are facts to back them up. Our case to the world. There is nothing anybody can do to stop what Chukwu Okabema have written. All we need to do today is to play our own role on our own path. Whatever little thing you know you can do for the restoration of independence state of Biafra, please do not hesitate to do so. Don't hesitate. We know it's not easy. There are challenges here and there. There are obstacles here and there. But in the midst of all those challenges, I bet you, if you are committed and sincere to yourself, Chukwu Okabema will make provisions. And in that his provision, we shall overcome. We will definitely overcome. No matter the challenges, no matter the obstacle, no matter the strategies of the enemy, we are going to overcome. That's why I urge every one of you to please stand in and do what you can do. Do not allow anybody to deceive you. A lot of battle is ahead. Both the seen and unseen battle. They have been there. And new ones are going to come. New challenges are going to come in this year. It is not Uhuru yet. So don't think it's over. You go and marry and enjoy and forget yourself. No, it doesn't work that way. We are still in the state of war. There's no doubt. Biafra land is still on a state of war. And if you don't know that, it means you are deceiving yourself. Every one of us must be very careful and continue to pay attention to every event that comes up. Don't say you are not warned. Don't say you are deceived. It is important that we pay attention to every single information that comes. Remember, I've always told you, for those of us who are seeking for information, you are looking for a place to get information. If you go to X, look for the United States of Biafra platform. United States of Biafra platform. Follow it up. Any update you see there is authentic. Follow Dr. Ngozi Oragweze, COS of Brigi platform. Whenever it comes in at there. Every one of us must be strong. We must not allow ourselves to be taken down, you know. Those of us who are coming on media on a daily basis, it's not easy. The challenges are much. It is not easy to hold a broadcast and continue to speak for hours and for long. It's not easy. But we have to do it because it is something that has to be done. Somebody will do it. So I urge you also in your own way, pick up a responsibility, what you're going to do for Biafra. Try to take up something and begin to do it. Take something and begin to do. Don't just remain there, gossip, blackmail, and propaganda. Mazin Nandekano said gossip. Igbo men can gossip. That they only know how to gossip. And it is true. When you look at men today, you begin to wonder, are these men or are they women? People who focus their energy on gossip. Today, men gossip even more than women. Everyone that is on this program, I thank every one of you. But you must not get distracted. No matter what the enemy does, no matter what they decide, our freedom is sure. We cannot sell our freedom for porridge. We cannot give up our freedom for anything on the planet Earth. No amount of gifts will make us stop asking for our freedom. I want every one of us to understand that. We have come a long way. And because we have come a long way, there is no going back. If anybody in his right senses thinks that we go back, that person is a joker. Just tell them they don't know what is coming. I want you to watch this.
1976, the United States separated from the United Kingdom by declaration. Today, they are the world power. In 1830, Belgium separated from Netherlands.
This is to make it clear for you that what we are doing as Biafrans is not just peculiar with us. People have done it in the past and they succeeded. It's not as if we are just experimenting. Many people have done it in the past and they succeeded. People who didn't even follow a very constructive step the way we did, they succeeded. In our own time, we are taking extra time, extra mile, and I see no reason we will not succeed. I want you to continue to listen to this and hear the road that others passed.
All of us. In 1776, the United States separated from the United Kingdom by declaration. Today, they are the world power. In 1830, Belgium separated from Netherlands. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe. Both of the countries. In 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia. Today, they have transformed into global financial hub as a result of the separation. Why is it that when we call for separation, Nigeria and their criminals will be calling us terrorists? Don't fall for it. The past separation has led to the upsurge of economic development in the case of India and Pakistan, Norway, Denmark, Switzerland. Each of these separation has led to the upsurge of economic development. In 2002, East Timor separated from Indonesia. In 1921, Ireland separated from the United Kingdom. Today, they are one of the powerful countries we have. In 1944, Iceland separated from Denmark, demonstrating that nations can part away without violence. Why do you kill Biafrans? Whenever we say we are fed up of Nigeria. In Nigeria, where you have dangerous diversity, in Nigeria, where you have the northern part of Nigeria practicing Islamic State, practicing Islamic Sharia law, and they have different culture, different laws, different rules, different everything. And with that kind of mentality and setup, we can never develop as a nation. That is the reason we call for the separate state, and of course for independent state for Biafra. Apart from the killings, genocide against our people, and jihad. In 1905, Norway and Sweden separated and goes their separate ways. Today, they are one of the most powerful countries in Europe because of the separation. In 1947, India and Pakistan separated. The list can go on and on.
Committee that has been officially dissolved by the Biafra Republic government in
It is important that we give you all this update because some of these issues, no matter how we try to run away from them, we must speak about them. Those who want us dead, those who the enemies are using, every Biafra must stay awake. Today, more revelations are coming on the truth. And I have always said it. It is difficult for you to know the truth. It will be very difficult for you to know the truth when you don't have a clear heart. When your heart is filled with envy, jealousy, and greed, you cannot be able to see the truth. But when you open your heart for truth, be sincere in what you say, you will see much more clearer than ever, and your truth will save you. My fellow Biafrans, as we bring this program to an end now, I want you to go back home. It is New Year. I'm not going to hold you down. So many of us have things to do on the New Year. We spent almost 2 hours on this program. I'm going to let you go. But wherever you are going, know that we have a responsibility. Continue to support the restoration, full restoration of Biafra on the ground. That is where we are, and it requires self-defense. Those people that are there for you and I, they need support. And that support has to come from you. It must come from me. My fellow Biafrans, do not look back. Do not run away. Do not give up. We are already home. We are already home. It's just a question of some time. We are already home. And we must continue to double our effort in everything we are doing. Continue to support the United States of Biafra under the order of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orebweze, COS. It is the right thing to do. And I bet you will never regret it. Very soon, the Prime Minister is going to join us. And when the Prime Minister appears, then some of you will learn your lesson and you learn it a hard way. I appreciate everyone that have been with me on this program from beginning to the end. I thank you for being part of this program. I appreciate you. And I will see you again next time. May Chukwu come and guide and protect you. Chukwu come guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orebweze. Chukwu come guide and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Chukwu come guide and protect Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No weapon formed or fashioned against us shall prosper. Any tongue that will rise against us shall be condemned. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being part of this program. I will see you again.